Got to suffer. Promise we'll suffer today, and then it's gonna get even easier next few weeks. We start going into Turkey week.
Turkey week.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, right?
Oh.
Okay. So now we gotta do the reverse. Now remember, the other one, I gave you all of these ones and zeros. You have to chop them up into eights, and then you have to turn them into a dotted decimal number. Right. But what happens if I give you a dotted decimal number? You have to convert it to ones and zeros. Same thing, but you gotta subtract. Now, I'll walk you through it. So let's go to this cat right here. All right. We're going to use Mr. Darrell's chart again. Right. Let me erase all this. A bunch of subtraction. May not be too bad. So wherever you see a 1 and a 0. All right. So we're going to keep the same old Mr. Darrell's chart. But you owe me money. You can pay me after you leave. Put it in the bucket, money bucket. So here's our number. Here's our dotted decimal number. So what happens is you'll type this into a computer, and your computer's got to convert it to ones and zeros because the computer only knows ones and zeros. And then this number will go out to the network card and shoot out into a cable or an antenna. We'll try to find who you're trying to go to. An IP address. So I got 34, 177, 16, 209. So 34 is here. 177 is here. 16 is here. That one's easy. And then 209. So what you have to do is, use Mr. Darrell's chart, get 34. So you tell me, all these numbers up, how do you get 34?
32 and 2.
You can't do 128, right?
No.
It's too big. That's a 0. About 64.
No.
How about 32?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. 32. What's left over? That's 2. So we're going to put a 1 here. 16 cannot go into 2. 8 cannot go into 2. 4 cannot go into 2. 2 go into 2.
Yes.
And the remainder is 0, so that has 0. And that's 34. So 34 is 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. What do you think? Okay, we'll move this down just a little bit. 77. 177 look like? Well, I definitely can do a 128, so I'll do 177 minus 128. So that's a 1. What's the remainder? 6. 41, 49. Oh.
49.
49.
Yeah.
Oh, 177. I said 172. I'm sorry, you're right. 49, right?
Yes.
So, okay. So I got a 1 here, right? 1. So that's the remainder. So can I get a 64 into that?
No.
So gotta be a 0 here. Definitely you can get a 32 in here, right?
Yeah.
2. 1 here. What's the remainder? 17? Okay, 17. 16? 7? Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's definitely 1 here. What's left over?
1.
Oh, so that means this has to be 0, 0, 0, and then 1. That's not too bad. Okay? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna move this down just a little bit. 16. Okay. Alright, oh, that's easy. 16. Come on. No.
0.
No.
0.
No. Yes. No. 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 Right? That was easy. Oh, now this one's hard. 209. 209 minus 128. Got one. 181. 64 and 81? Yeah. What's the remainder? Anybody?
17.
17? I'm gonna do what you say. Let's start even. This is all. Perfect. 17, right? 17. Woo, much better. So 32 cannot do 17, right?
No.
16 can do 17.
Yes.
1 minus 17. What's left over?
1.
1. That's that guy. So we can see it. See how we did this?
Yes.
That's how you do it. Ready?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna erase this. Somebody come up here and let's get started. Same thing. I'm gonna give you some numbers. You gotta convert it to zeros. That's all you're doing. Convert it to zeros. So. Let's do it. Right? I think it's. I can give you the answers. When I open it up, you'll have the answers too, so. All right, here we go. All right, brother. So the first one's hard, so go ahead and underneath that, right, 238. Oh, yeah, 238 on this one, 238. And the next one is 120, 129. Next one is 32. And then the next one is 24. All right, and so what you can is put your bunch of ones and zeros here to match up. So 238. 238 subtract 128, right? Y'all ain't no help. 15 minutes. Help him out. You help me out, so you're not gonna help him out.
I can't see the colors out there. Yeah, it's really light. I can't see it.
That's 46. 110 minus 64 is 46. So I think, yeah, you would put a 1, and then 32 would 46. That's 14. Yeah. 8, yeah, 8 goes into 14. Yeah, I think so, yeah. 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 Oh, no, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because 255 to 9. So so you can put a 0, 128, 126. And then 126 minus 4. That would be, yeah, 62. And then 32 would be 4. So, yeah, 3. I think so.
You gonna do a 126?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
126. That's a whole bunch of ones. 6, 7, 8. I can get it right now. That's probably 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Right?
Is this one?
You're trying to do 126. You take the 2 out? That'll do it, right? Maybe?
Oh yeah, he changed it there. He said an email.
You asked me. I just pulled the numbers out of my butt. Whoa. 55. That's a little rough. 32. 32, right? 32, 6, 7, 8. 48. 48, okay, I mean, I'm not doing that. 52. 4. I see, that's it, right? That's a good man. 32, that's hard.
No, it's zero.
I'm sorry, 0, yeah, 254. Oh, I'll tell you this one. 128. Yeah, that's the 192. And 32. Let me get you 240, right? I know that's not hard. The first three will add up to be 35, 240. And everything else is zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good man. Yep. Okay. Yep. Alright, keep going. 20.
So we need zero,
How we get 20? We do this now, yeah, how we get 20? 16 and 4? Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do 20. 20. 248. 252. And 253. Make those last two easy. Okay, 20. Oh, you gonna do it that way? Yeah, do it from front down. How do you do 20? 16, so that's 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. That'll give us 20, right? 248. That's 1, 1, 1, 1. I know I'm hard, but I know this is not easy.
and then 8.
1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Those first four always add up to 248. 252. You know it's 255 is all of them, so how do you get 252?
You leave out the last one.
Take off the last two. There you go, brother. Good man. Same thing with this one.
Everything except for the second to last is 0.
Just take out
0,
0.
Two
1.
spaces 0.
2 would be the 0.
0, 1?
Yeah.
At the end? See, that wasn't bad, was it? That wasn't too bad. Alright, last one, brother. 30,
It's just 0.
35, 168, and 128. Alright, see how we do this. We gotta work on this. Definitely 0. Yeah. Oh.
0.
Okay.
0. The only one that's gonna be 1 is 2.
128,
2 is gonna be
29, 30, just need a 2. Good man. Good job. 35.
32 is gonna be 0.
That's 32, 33, 34, 35, we need 3, so that means,
2 and 1 are gonna be 0.
good man. 168. Definitely a 1. Definitely a 0. This one's tough. This one's tough. Definitely a 32.
Yeah, 32 goes into.
Definitely, right?
I knew 128, 32, and then 8.
Yeah, and then 8's gonna be 0.
Oh, and an 8.
8's gonna be 1.
Good man. 0, 0. All right, 120. What's the last one? 120.
It's just 1 as the first one.
Oh, that's it. That was it. 128.
Sir.
Good man. Good job. Y'all did pretty good. That's actually, y'all probably one of my best classes I've been teaching at Tech on doing this. Cause y'all worked as a team, and I like that. Y'all worked as a team. That's a good, really good thing in IT. You're gonna get hired not because you're the smartest one. You're gonna get hired because you work with a team. So, I hate to do you like this, but now we gotta get back into the lecture. Now I gotta teach you about the OSI model. Gotta do it, y'all. Might as well suffer now. Get it over with. It's probably gonna be one of our hardest days, because there's a lot of networking. And what we're doing now with this hardware class is we're adding a lot more networking, because you guys are really, you're really failing miserably in class, the class called 1401.
Today my topic is OSI model. This video is much longer than my other videos, even though I try to simplify it. OSI model is very useful tool for learning and understanding about network technologies and protocols. It's a great model at explaining how data flows between network hosts and what role of protocols play in the data transmission process. So please bear with me. OSI model has 7 layers, starting from layer 7, application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical. Here are some tricks to help you to remember these 7 layers. From layer 7 to layer 1, you can use this mnemonic.
Take the next step in treating your moderate to severe ulcerative colitis with Entyvio, the only gut.
All people seem to need Domino pizza. All people seem to need Domino pizza. Or you can use this one. All people should try new Dr. Pepper. All people should try new Dr. Pepper.
still around?
Yes.
sir. That's good.
You can use
Something
one
wrong
of
with
them, whatever works for you.
Something wrong with you.
From layer 1 to layer 7, you can try this trick. Please do not throw sausage pizza away.
Really?
All right? Please do not throw sausage pizza away. It's kind of all about food and drink. Now let me demonstrate how data flows through each of the 7 layers of the OSI model when the client makes request to the server and the server replies to the client. Data is generated at application layer on the client side, travels down the stack to presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and then physical. Then through the network media, data travels to the physical layer on the server side, then up to data link, network, transport, session, presentation, and application. When the server responds, server data goes down from a top layer, application, to presentation, all the way to the physical layer, and then through the network media, all the way to the client side, and then travels from physical layer, data link layer, all the way to the top layer application. Thus completing one round trip. The round trip of how data flows through all these 7 layers on both sides is a physical path on which data actually and physically flows. Keep in mind, the OSI model also addresses another important aspect how data flows on a logical path, layer-to-layer communication. For example, the sender's application layer generates data, while the receiver's application layer reads data. The sender's presentation layer encrypts and compresses data, while the receiver's presentation layer decrypts and decompresses data. The sender's transport layer chops up data into segments, while the receiver's transport layer put all these segments together. The sender's network layers make a packet, while the receiver's network layer opens the packet. And the sender's data link layer makes frames, while the receiver's data layer opens frames. Now let me talk about the OSI model layer by layer.
Performance, durability, affordability. Only one place does it all. Harbor Freight.
Sorry I have to do this to y'all.
Let me start with the layer 7, application. In non-technical terms, application layer is about users' application, such as Firefox, Chrome, or Safari for website, or Microsoft Outlook for email. Technically, this application layer refers to application protocols, such as HTTP for web pages, and SMTP, POP3, IMAP4 for email. Those protocols facilitate communications between your application and your operating system. Application data is generated here. Layer 6, presentation layer. The presentation layer provides a variety of coding and conversion functions on application data. These functions ensure that information sent from application layer or client would be understandable and comprehensible by the application layer of the server. To put it simply, this layer is trying to translate application data into a certain format that every different system could understand. For example, if I send a picture to my friend's computer, I must use some standard formats like GIF or PNG so that my friend's computer could understand. If I want to share videos in YouTube, I must use a standard format like MP4 or AVI. Another example, as a professor of University of St. Mary in Leavenworth, Kansas, I must speak English, or at least Jinglish. Otherwise, my students would complain. If I use an irregular shape to represent the application data, presentation layer would change it to a square which everyone is familiar with.
For nearly 50 years, Harbor Freight has been a reliable source for the widest.
You're killing me. Can't.
It's
I
Harbor
can't do
Freight.
this.
It's
Okay, so we got this model that we use for communication, okay? It's called the OSI model. You got two devices that want to talk to each other. So what you do is you come up with this model to describe the communication between the two devices.
Mhm.
We came up with this framework that was called the OSI model. What you do is you just chop it up into different parts. And then if you chop it up into different parts, then you can make money in each layer. That's the main thing. But more importantly, you can use it to troubleshoot too. You can use it to troubleshoot the communication process. Remember now, I got a computer. Y'all know the basics of a computer. Motherboard, processor, memory, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
But now I got a bunch of ones and zeros. I need to send those ones and zeros to another computer. And to do that, I got to communicate with the other computer. And so we got to talk about the communication between this device and that device. We use this thing that's called a model, an OSI model, so that we can understand what's going on as those ones and zeros are moving out of this computer and onto the other computer. So we started at the top, application layer. That's easy. Whatever program you run it, man. Microsoft Word, web browser, you name it. Whatever it is, that's at the top. The next layer is called the presentation layer. What it does, it actually takes your resume that you can read and turn it into ones and zeros. That's not bad.
Yeah.
You just take, here's a resume. I want a lot of money. That's the only line that's in my resume. Mr. Darrell, I want a lot of money. So I take that, because I can read it with my eyeballs, right? It's just, but you convert all of those letters and numbers into ones and zeros. That's the presentation layer. The next layer is, I need to have a formal session with the other side. Because what you're doing is you're comparing this side with the other side. Third layer is I determine if I need to have a formal handshake, of the transport layer, a formal handshake with the other side. Because sometimes I don't need to have a formal handshake. Like, for instance, if you are going on Amazon and you know you're going to pull out your credit card, I'm asking you, you tell me, you're going to put your credit card information on that webpage, and it's going to go across the network. Do you want to make sure that you're actually talking to the other computer or not? Yeah. Really? You want to have a formal conversation. That's called a handshake. You can make your choice at this layer if you want to have a handshake or not. Sometimes you just want to shout and yell at somebody. It's called a broadcast. Hey, I'm here. You're not expecting a formal handshake. So at this layer, you say, I want a formal handshake. Okay, now, this layer, this is the layer where you do routing. But in order to route, you must have an IP address. Let me see. Oh, you talking about this address? Yes. This address is located at this layer, the network layer. Huh?
Yes.
That wasn't hard. Okay, where do you think the hardware address is located? The MAC address. Which one of these layers?
Data link.
The data link layer. This ain't hard, man.
No.
And the last layer, I already told y'all about this one. The physical layer. It's only 3 types of cables you can use. Did I not tell y'all about this? What are the 3 layers? What are the 3 cables? Twisted, coax, fiber. Huh? Mr. Darrell can make this real easy for you. Okay, that's the OSI model. It gets a little deeper. I'm gonna open this up. You can look at this fool. You know, and he'll tell you this. Now, there's another model. It's called the TCP/IP model. Now, this actually came out first. Then they came out with this because the professors got involved, the PhDs got in. They said this was too lame. They wanted to write papers and stuff, so they came up with this model. But the old model is actually the model that we really use in the real world. It's called the TCP/IP model. What you do is you take these 3 right here, 1, 2, 3, and you combine them into something that's called the application layer. It's one big chunk. You see over here? Application, presentation, session. In the TCP/IP model, you take all 3 of these and just call it, boom, application. Okay. Next, transport is the same thing over here. Transport. That's not bad. This one, the network layer,
Internet.
is called something different over here. It's real easy.
Internet.
Duh! Internet. Bam! Now, the bottom layer is these 2 cats right here, data link and physical. I think it's called network access, network link. I don't know, something like that. I can't remember. It's several names. I'm gonna say network access, interface, network interface. Yeah, thank you, brother. Network interface. Are you with me? It's just a model. This is the one we like to use right here. This is the one that the professors like to talk about. I actually like this one better because I can really use this for troubleshooting and teach y'all about communication, whereas this one is kind of like, it's kind of foggy. All right, and that's the OSI model. And it is 10 o'clock. Lord. Private addresses, port numbers, DHCP. You know what I'm gonna do? That's what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm gonna make a executive decision. One executive decision. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna cover all of these, but we ain't gonna cover them all today. Y'all gotta promise me something. Oh yeah, by the way, I gave y'all some more time on lesson 4 and 5. You got till Friday. So if you didn't do the work on 4 and 5, you got till Friday. Some of y'all didn't do well in those quizzes. So let's do this. let's stop now, because I'm tired of talking. Two, what we did this morning was pretty good work, and you burned out. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna stay focused, because honestly, I need y'all to understand networking. So what I'm gonna do next week, I'm gonna push everything back as far as the lecture is concerned. I don't care. Here, look at this. I need y'all to look at this. I don't care about printing. I'm like, you gotta do the work. How many labs you got in printing? It's like, what, one? One, and that's a quiz. I'm gonna keep the dates, but I ain't gonna talk about printing. You're just gonna read that on your own. So that one's out. So that's gonna give us a week to do networking. Mobile devices, man,
We have those.
who the hell don't know how to use it? So that's 2 lectures I can use to teach you about networking. So next week, we're gonna pick up on networking, so let's go. Come on, let's go. Bye. I'm tired. You got your